welcome again to another episode of DME Podcast. I believe that you have been enjoying the conversations as much as I have been, and I also want to believe that you have been taking action because that is what is most important. I was watching a video recently, and there was a man that was speaking, and the man speaking in the video said something that I would never forget. He said, do not let your learning end in knowledge alone. Like whatever it is you're learning, it should lead to you taking action and not just increasing in knowledge alone. If not, you're just going to remain at the same spot where you are year after year. So there's a need for us to take action part time. And then whatever it is you're listening to part time, whatever book it is you're reading, whatever it is that you're doing that is helping to increase your knowledge in certain or in different areas. Anyways, this is most likely going to be one of the shortest, or should I say briefest, episode that you would have heard me do on DME Podcast. I would be tagging this particular episode an honest conversation. Yeah, so if I were to have, let's say, should I say a 5-10 minutes conversation with you right now, whether you're familiar with SPE or not, and you are a young person, especially if you are a campus student, or maybe you are a young adult trying to also navigate life and all of that, here is a conversation that I would quickly have with you. For those who are listening to the DME Podcast for the first time, my name is Omoumi, and this podcast is brought to you by About the Voice. If you're a young person out there right now, and maybe you are currently in the university, or you are a recent graduate, or maybe you're just someone out there generally who is seeking to be more relevant, especially probably in the world of work or entrepreneurship and all of that, one thing that I would say to you is, this is mostly or majorly directed at undergraduate students in the university. You want to start to look at your field, whatever field it is you are learning. It could be finance, it could be accounting, it could be business administration, it could be medicine, it could be pharmacy. You want to sit with yourself and have an honest conversation. What is going on in the world now? What direction is the world moving in? The things that I am learning in the class, they are not useless. But then how can I make sure that I better position myself to prepare for the future? Okay, there was a particular time for those of us who, if you want to recall when you were in primary school and all of that, even in the university, I think there was a time that we did a course on computer, and it took us back to times where I think it's the Stone Age and then the computer age or something, where computers were very, very large and very big and heavy. There was a time there were no computers. There were times where we counted with stones and then I think covers of bottles and all of that. But we can see now that we have calculators, we have laptops, we have iPads, we have so many technology. We can see that the Stone Age no longer functions in this age that we are, which is the reality of life. So whether we try to accept it or we try to push it aside, life keeps getting better and it keeps moving. And the truth is that you have to be the one to make sure that you are positioning yourself right. So if you're a student right now and you're thinking, I'm just going to read my book, even if your father is a billionaire or something, it's important that you make yourself useful to him by making sure that you are doing everything possible to adapt to what is going on now. And this might not necessarily be artificial intelligence and all of that, because that is what is going on. Majorly, yes, but in a big way, because I don't want to put it aside, because that is the reality of where we are now. Artificial intelligence, technology, and all of that. And then seeing that people are now doing things in more efficient ways as a result of technology getting better in this day and age. So you as an undergraduate or you as an undergraduate student right now, you want to make sure that you are thinking, what else can I do with or that is in line or that would help me do well in my field of study? If you're studying finance, you want to start finding, what is the finance sector saying now? Who are the people thriving in finance now? What do they know? What are they learning? What are they talking about? What is happening? These are the times that you want to be deliberate about gaining knowledge and honing skills. If you are a medical student, you want to start thinking. People are talking about robotics. People are talking about digital health. People are talking about so many things. So many ways that treatments are being done now. There's so many ways, advanced ways that surgery is being performed now. I'm not saying that you have to go and start learning robotics, for instance. I'm saying that you should be curious enough to start to learn and start reading. You want to open up the internet and begin to find out, okay, what article is being released about what is going on in the world of health today, so that even when you are in class, you are preparing yourself, you are comparing what you are learning with what is actually the reality of things in life right now. Whether you are planning to practice in Nigeria or you are planning to japa, whatever it is, if you're planning to japa, it might even be more difficult for you because these places are even more advanced. And so you want to start thinking, you want to be actively doing it, making sure that you are preparing yourself. 10 minutes after your lecture, you want to say, okay, I'm going to watch YouTube videos on what is going on in the health sector at this time. 20 minutes a day, you want to say, okay, I want to learn about what is going on in the finance sector. You're reading articles, you're watching videos, you're making little research just to make sure that, okay, you know what is going on. And that way you know how to fine tune whatever it is you are doing currently in school. That way you are able to know, okay, this is what I want to build. This is what I want to focus on. Okay, this is what is happening. These are the things that I have to do if I want to be relevant by the time I am done here, or even before I am done here. So I am someone who encourages opening your mind up to possibilities, like listening to people, reading, asking questions, because your mind can only be open to certain things. You can only start to think or imagine or develop interest in certain things when you learn about them. If you have not opened your mind or exposed yourself to certain kind of knowledge, you might not be able to ever imagine that something like that exists. I mean, for you to be able to even say that, this is my dream, this is my goal, this is what I want to do, you have to have learned about it. You have to have heard that, okay, something like this actually exists. Then you can even decide and say, okay, I want to do something unique. I want to improve on this. I want to do this in a better way and all of that. So knowledge exposes you. Gaining knowledge, learning, opening yourself up to things going on helps to build you. So as a young person, you want to really start being realistic. The world is getting more and more advanced. And so whatever it is you are doing now, you want to start investing. You cannot be the young person that never knows what is going on in the news. You are just buried in your textbooks, you are buried in your grades and all of that. And so whether you are doing forex trading, whether you want to be an entrepreneur, whatever it is you want to do, it's important that you invest in knowledge and that you're not just carried away by what is going on within the four walls of the school. And even if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's important that you learn what exactly is going on. Now, the crux of this particular episode is to let you know that it's important that you begin to think in the line of, how do I stay relevant? It's important that you begin to equip yourself with knowledge. It's not only about the books and the books and the books. It might not be you learning a skill right now or going too deep into something, but then the question is, aside from what is in your textbook at the moment, do you know what is going on in line with whatever it is you want to do? Some of you might say, okay, I don't even want to practice this course that I'm studying. I want to do something else. That something else that you want to do, do you know what is going on in the world concerning that something else? That is the point of this episode. So you have to make sure that you are actively learning. You're actively putting yourself on top. You're actively knowing what exactly is going on in that sector. That's something else you want to do. And if it is what you are doing in school at the moment that you want to do, what else do you know that is going on in the world? What problems do you see? Do you understand that you can fix? What is going on? in that sector at this time? That is the question that this particular episode is asking. And then another level of this conversation is where you begin to hone skills. It might be 30 minutes a day, you're doing it consistently, whatever skills you feel might complement wherever it is that you're seeking to be or go. You want to deliberately start to learn about those skills. You want to deliberately start to hone them. And this is not you learning a skill just for you to say, I have this certificate and all of that. It should go beyond that, where you are actually learning a skill because you are interested in it, and not because you want to be able to say, I have certification in this, I have certification in that. All the certifications that you have, if you were to apply your learnings in real life, would you be able to do that? That is a question you should ask yourself. So this is a period where you're going to be honest with yourself. What do I have? What do I not have? Who am I? What do I know? What do I not know? You want to start having that honest conversation with yourself and make sure that you are preparing and building in the right direction. Remember, we were once in the Stone Age. There was a time where computers could not fit in a room. They were so large, so big, they had to be in halls. And now we have computers on our phones. We have what you can even access. Everything you can do on a computer, you can do it on your phone. We have digital wristwatches. We have so many things. Surgeries are performed in beautiful ways. Research is now done at a greater level. Finance is handled in a different way, in a more advanced way. So there are just so many things out there. And so you have to start having this honest conversation with yourself, and you want to make out that maybe 10 minutes in a day or 5 minutes in a day where you're consistently every day, you're building your knowledge outside the walls of your textbooks. Do not forget that you owe it to yourself to be built or to become whatever it is that you want to become. You owe it to yourself, and whatever you do now is what is going to tell later. So this is where I would be wrapping it up on this particular episode. Just like I said, this is going to be like the shortest conversation we've ever had or episode we've had on Dear Me podcast. If you have questions, you can always send a DM to the number in the description, or you can send an email. And also, if you'd like to collaborate with About the Voice or partner with About the Voice, you can always send a message. Until I come your way again next time, this podcast is brought to you by About the Voice, and we say that you are number one. Bye-bye.